the brunt of it.
Well, he deserves to get every piece of it, and just the simple fact that their response to this is wasn't me was first, and then once they saw people were seeing they had a piece of it too, it's now we did everything legally, which in translation means we don't intend on really making none of this right unless we are legally forced to, and we already know we in legal standings, we're more than likely we're going to win.
So you think that's why he changed Shane Park to Aretha Franklin Park, because he knew this was going to surface?
Look here.
To make it easier?
I love Aretha, but if they name one more thing after her, I swear for God, we got the street, the highway, the park, but that's another subject. I feel like this. It's not a hard problem to solve. They keep making it like this is the hardest thing.
It's not.
All you got to do, existing tax homeowners that are still owning their homes, paying taxes, you adjust them to tax breaks. Okay? To make up for the folks that's the lost foreclosure, if we can see in their pay history that this really led to foreclosure, let's give up some of them houses in the bank that you selling in big conglomerate lots to these folks that's coming in buying lots of homes, cherry picking a couple good ones out, and then leaving the rest right back in the situation they was in.
I was going to say reimburse them, but that's probably a better way to go.
I mean, you want it brings back tax revenue and base to the city, helps stop some of this abandonment and decay that we're witnessing all throughout the city, and it makes people whole again. A couple dollars cannot make nobody whole that have lost a home that's been in their family 2, 3, 4 generations. You took something.
That right.
That's some of them. That's all they have. You know, that's their legacy.
That's it.
Yeah.
How do you put a monetary amount on a legacy? I don't know.
Let me ask you, Matt, Rose, y'all deal with a lot of folks that's homeless and out. Have you ever ran across any stories where folks ended up homeless due to being foreclosed on? Or
no, there's a lot of sad stories out there, but we haven't come across that one yet.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's that. You know, that I'm sure there's some folks out there we just ain't heard from. They may have bounced back. You know, we don't know who was left out in the cold behind all this. So I'm glad they suing them. I hope you get sued the mess out of them. And I know people like, well, our taxes, the city can't afford it. Look here, I'm tired of hearing what we cannot afford when it's been proven you've been taking the money the whole time.
This is going to open up a can of worms. What other different ways is the city messing over its folks? You know, I mean,
I got one, but we're going to talk about that later.
Later date, okay.
Later on in the show.
Okay, later in the show.
Yeah, later on in
soon.
the show. Yeah, that soon.
Right.
This is I ain't going to get there now, because if I get going, I ain't going to stop. But I'm coming for you, buddy.
You're going to need the blood pressure cuff pretty soon.
Man, look here.
I've seen you when you get going. It's ugly.
Man, look here.
Yeah, we have a nurse on staff, so we're good.
Right, so I'm good. Right. And I got a bottle of water here, too. So yeah, I like again I said, I think they're doing the right thing. Unfortunately, I see it ending like it always does. Whenever you go against the government that's doing wrong, you are expected to get no justice. It's just going to be the bottom line of it. They already coming from a stance that we've done all that we did legally. So that means they really don't care about it.
I'd like to know how long has this been going on, you know? It's just at the start.
Well, the story we did on it, it was from... can I remember 2000 and it was a 7-year period. So from 2009, I think, to 2016, all when the recession in the market happened, when the real estate market bottomed out, what that happened was the city just totally fell behind on correct assessments of property value. So when the market bottomed out and your house went from 100,000 to 50,000, they still taxing you based on that 100,000. And they did that not 1, not 2, not 3 years, 6, 5, 6, 7 years. So you mess around and get this bill in the mail. Hey, you owe us $8,000 extra out of nowhere.
Right.
Because you didn't know this was accumulating like this.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't go through no rush process to fix it, straighten it out, put notifications out, even give people a chance to appeal bold decisions made by them acquiring this property back for lack of taxes.
Well, it makes sense not to go through a rush process if you've been benefiting from it. In the city's case, why rush?
And I think that's what's going to come out in this lawsuit. I think we're going to really hear a lot of cover up. I think we're going to hear about a lot of backdoor deals.
Duggan, what did you know and when did you know about it? That kind of stuff.
And let's remember, y'all, Duggan was over DMC. He's supposed to be responsible for bringing DMC back. So even when he wasn't in the mayor's office, he's in the circles where these conversations are going on. Property value, what the forecast of the real estate market gonna be in the city in X amount of years, because the city gonna talk to somebody like him.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to get DMC to expand.
Where are we going to develop?
Oh,
Yep.
all right. What was you? Okay, yeah, that's why engineer Miss Tanya. Y'all speak up, girl. Don't be scared over there. Holler it out. Yeah, you keep us on track. So look here, yeah, I agree with it. I think I don't think it's nobody that's gonna really disagree with it, of course, but the city and the people that got to pay and make this right. And I hope it all comes out. I hope
Well, we all
every
do.
a piece of dirt come out. And Duggan, I think you looking at the end of your run in Detroit. I'm gonna be honest. Once the vote gets powerful again in Detroit, you're not gonna be the person representing the people. That's how I feel.
You got a
Duggan,
voice, speak up, folks.
doo-doo, whatever. How many houses?
I see Rose is getting it. I like her.
Yeah. Hey, look here. We're going to take a hot commercial break from our sponsor of the show, Good Helpers Entertainment and Good Helpers Heating and Cooling. Check them out, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to talk to Matt and Rose about FDDR. This is Detroit Red Show.
You're sweating, man.
Always. That's the life. That's my life. That is my life.
You know, I'm wondering. I'm wondering.
Good Helpers Heating and
Her
Cooling is
and
all
us.
of that.
We don't get a spit charge. So that means we are cleaner than you guys? Or what?
Well, actually, these aren't spit guards. These are when you talk, yeah, because of the P's
I know.
and the
Yes.
yeah.
It makes me sound better.
You know, they put these in front of drummers in the studio to muffle the snares. Sometimes it's too sharp.
Yeah, so these kids. All right, welcome back. Y'all make sure to look up Good Helpers Heating and Cooling. Let me tell you something. When it comes to real customer service and professionalism, not only are they affordable, they licensed and very courteous. Every time I've had to have one of the servicemen come out to the crib, or I'm sorry, I'm talking about professional when I say crib, but out to the house, they've always been about their business, professional. I've never had to worry about nothing. So you make sure to check them out over there. That's my man, Kip Fowler and crew. All right. What was you going to say, Keith? I'm sorry.
You were gonna go to.
Okay. I thought I'd be tripping sometimes. Y'all got to forgive me. I got something else on my mind later part of the show.
Leave out what they do, man. It's so important what they do.
Yes, what they do. Listen here. I introduced them a little earlier, and I'm really honored to have them in the studio. And I'm going to tell you a little how I even ran across this group. I guess another young man started it or got it going, and he would do periodic Facebook Lives. And I would see this guy, and I'd be like, okay, that is so cool. Somebody riding around. I think he was handing out sandwiches and stuff at the time. One-man operation. He might have somebody with him. So over the course of time, I keep watching, and then Matt and Rose pop back up with this bus named Ziggy. So I'm watching them, and they giving out clothes and food, and they driving all around. And I got the bright idea, well, I want to help. So I decided to do a fifth challenge where I took donations per shot, and I set up and drank an entire fifth of scotch to raise money to donate to these guys.
It's all for the cause.
All for the cause, trust me. That's why I always say I gave them a piece of my kidney and liver. But I watch them, and they just so caring and giving. Let me tell you, when I called them to even get in touch with them to get permission and set up doing that fundraiser, it took like 2-3 weeks because they are so busy. Okay, Miss Rose, you are a registered nurse, correct?
I am full time.
Full time. Now, if you don't know, registered nurse full time ain't no 8-hour shifts. Them could be 16, 24. I mean, when she say full time,
It's
that's
until the patients get well.
right, right.
Or out the door one way or another.
And so it took a minute because they are so busy in the community doing such great things. So what I'm going to do is let you guys take over. Tell us a little bit about FDDR, how y'all got involved, and what y'all goal is.
Well, we are FDDR, Feeding Detroit and Downriver. We're a nonprofit organization. We're a registered charity now. And what we do is we feed the hungry and the homeless. We got involved with that young man you were talking about at the beginning. I was a volunteer. I found him on Facebook, just like most people find us. And I told Matt, hey, let's cook a meal and feed some people. It'll be fun. We went from cooking a meal. I made sloppy joes my first time. I'll never forget it. This young man come running down the street. They got sloppy joes. They got sloppy joes. And he was just so excited to get a sloppy joe. And it just touched my heart, and I got involved. Well, things went awry, and someone needed to take over this lovely group. And I looked at Matt, and Matt looked at me, and here we are. First thing we did was register with the state as a LLC, so we had some accountability because that was the issue with him. He didn't have accountability.
Okay.
And we went from being an LLC to now we're a 501c3 charity.
Beautiful.
We go out 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and we feed 80 to 100 people out there on the street every day,
Good
guys.
for you.
Doing God's
Everything
work.
we do is all by volunteers. We go live on Facebook. Awesome. Gotta give that shout out. It has its problems, but it does good. And that's how we're able to get our meals. We go out, like I said, and we feed the people. We help them with clothing, hygiene. Over the winter, we've done boots and coats, hats. And
So one
gloves.
can donate clothes?
You can. We only accept
and-
men's clothes, and everybody says, why don't we help the women? I go out individually, and I kind of help. We have a handful of women that I see out on the street. Unfortunately, us women are much more giving than you gentlemen are. I think you guys like to hang on to your
Well, I gotta get your card because you take blankets also?
We do.
Blankets and men's clothing.
Blankets and hand warmers are a lifesaver right now. It might be sun shining out there today, but it gets cold at night. And there are many people out there sleeping on the streets, in the little doorways, under bridges. It's an ever-growing problem. And, people are doing a lot. There's a lot of groups and a lot of organizations out here helping these people. I hate to say that, these people, our people.
Yeah.
But there's never enough help. We all have to get out there. The need is growing, and it is sad when you see 40, 50-year-old men, 60-year-old men out there sleeping on the sidewalk with nothing but a blanket. And, that blanket might save their life, but think about it, just a blanket out there when it's 20 degrees. I mean,
Right.
it is cold, and it is sad, and we got to get people involved. So we encourage you, please check us out on Facebook. Check out our website, fddr.org. If you would like to volunteer, we're always looking for people to help cook meals. Even if you can't do the whole meal, if you can just provide a few meals, say lunches, snacks, anything like that. Anything to keep these people fed. It takes a lot of calories out there on the street. You don't think about it. You think, oh, they're not doing nothing. Well, it's cold. You got to stay warm. And if they've got a little snack to eat at night, they appreciate it.
Okay.
You actually burn a lot more calories in the cold than you do being active in the summer.
Oh,
A
really?
lot of people didn't know that. When it's cold, your body burns excessive amounts of calories trying to keep you warm.
So I should exercise outside now?
Hey, you said it. I didn't say it.
I should just exercise. Maybe that would be a difference.
So,
That's a different show.
I just pointed out a fact. I didn't say none of that. So people they don't have to just donate cash or clothes. They can also cook meals,
cook
right?
meals,
And give to
yes.
you guys that y'all can pass
They
out.
can. If you have any kind of business or organization, sorry, we would gladly accept
She said I could talk today.
Thank you much. Okay, here, I'll turn your key. You can talk.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, you guys are married. And for those that don't know, you guys are married. Can I ask how long have y'all been married?
8 years.
8 years.
Nice.
Oh, they newlyweds.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
just
that.
got married.
May.
Oh!
5. Remember the 5.
Well, one good thing,
May the
man.
5th, in 2012, and if you count that up, that's 5-2.
Usually women don't forget.
Right.
I'm supposed to remember.
That's different.
See?
Look here, she say she taking care of sick folks and out here feeding
Hungry
folks.
folks.
Well, hungry folks. Contact number, man just gave me one of y'all. Thank you, postcards. Is this your contact number
That
right here?
is.
Yes, indeed.
So listen here, y'all. Y'all see them. I share their stuff. Let me tell you something. They Facebook Live is one of the few Facebook Lives that get over 300 views per live. I mean, physically, while the live is going on, and everybody got their clothes on. Okay?
Rick, can I say something right quick?
Yes.
Do you pick up donations or do we have to bring it to you?
We'll pick them up. We'll set up drop-offs, or if you could bring them to us, that would be great.
And do they have to be
Either way.
wrapped a certain way in?
No, we'll take them
Just-
anyway.
Great.
No, as long as they're clean.
Make sure I get your information before you
And they
leave.
can be used except one thing, except underwear. We want new. All
Okay.
the other things can be used as long as they're in a good shape and clean. We
Okay.
accept them.
Okay.
You know, same way with meals. We don't want to feed these folks anything we wouldn't eat. We don't want to give them anything
Right.
we wouldn't.
Right.
Right.
God bless you both for doing that.
Yeah. That's
So
really
listen
amazing.
here. Y'all can get in touch with Feeding Detroit and Downriver. If you want to get, first of all, you can message them on their Facebook. And I want to say this before I put this information out. Do not get discouraged if it takes them a minute, because they are a real grassroots organization. It's Matt, it's Rose. I think y'all got
Dina.
another young lady on the bus now.
Yeah, we got Dina and Lady D.
Okay, so that's 4 individuals that's really putting a lot of work in to feed a lot of people. I mean, 100 meals, that's a lot of people. Okay, so don't get discouraged if you message them on Facebook or call them and give them a message and they don't get right back to you. They are really, really busy because they are very hands-on and grassroots. But you can get them a call at 313-544-6661. Who asked for this number? This is
I did.
great thinking, man.
I'm the one.
This is why I'm saying that, because it's such an easy number. 544-6661. That's Feeding Downriver and Detroit, FDDR. You can follow them on their Facebook page, which is FDDR as well. Look here, it do not take a lot to make a big difference. Okay?
Right.
Let me ask you. So I think when we did the 5th challenge, I was able to raise $80. Give him an example of how many meals $80 buys.
That will be around 40 meals, everything included.
Excellent.
Do you hear
I
that?
mean, that is huge, people. Come on.
Everything
we can all do
included?
that. We can all
Everything
get back.
Like beer, liquor?
No, God,
That is not included with
Oh, they
this.
mean like extra buns and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the
Make liquor.
meal, snack, and a drink.
Oh, okay.
Keith Russ is the reason
That's right.
Red Lobster no longer has limited cheddar biscuits.
So you said everything. I'm asking for certain people, not for myself.
Asking for a friend.
I know if I was homeless, I would want a shot of liquor with my meal too.
You know, I did receive a basket full of those little shot bottles once. I cannot hand out liquor on the street, guys. It just don't
I'll
look
be by
good.
the
You think the homeless people going to complain?
I'll be by to pick them up later. We'll turn that into
So
a
what she says
donation
is
challenge.
get
I got
at
you.
a
You think the homeless people would complain? Of course not.
Look
No,
like,
but
look like time to raise some more money. So look, y'all make sure to reach out to them. I mean, this is a great. Listen here, we got, like Rose said, it's a lot of organizations that's out helping, but when it's grassroots,
That's the main one right there.
yeah, because it's grassroots, it's
Everybody knows.
hands-on, and the bigger groups get a lot of grants, federal funding, corporate funding, and the smaller groups, they work very hard. So $80 to feed 40 people, okay? And now, let me ask you this. When they do donations to you guys, and this is why I say the show comes full circle, when they do donations to you guys by you being a 501c and all that, that's considered a write-off, right?
It
Yeah.
is.
If they ask for a write-off paper, they can get it.
You hear
For
that?
every donation.
Good
So-
question, Reed. Good question.
So not only, that's why I said I got this full circle
So
today,
giving
baby.
gives you.
So that's right, because you giving. Hey, next year, tax time come. That's one less illegitimate kid you gotta claim. You got some charity that you gave from the heart, and you can claim legally, no trouble, and you gave a little something.
But you know, most importantly, right, besides that tax write-off,
Yes.
you're giving back to the people.
Yes.
And you know what? You're giving points to get through those gates when you're running out.
There you go.
You're
There
being
you
a
go.
light in the
you gotta
darkness.
people helping people. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
And people
Amen.
help people, change happens.
12:30, but you have a call.
Okay, well, we got a call right
What's your
before
name?
we go to break. What's your name and where you calling from? I'm sorry, can you speak up a little bit for me? Hello?
You speak up, we can't hear you.
Lost it.
Oh, we lost the call. I'm sorry, y'all. We're so unused to getting calls.
We don't know how to handle it.
We got excited with the second call we done got. We done did something that went wrong, but we working on it.
Just call back if you can.
Right.
If you're hungry, it's Detroit and downriver. Okay.
Yes, feeding Detroit and downriver. The number to reach them again is 331-544-6661.
313.
313.
Did I say
Detroit.
I said something?
331.
Three. Okay, see that's the call to me all still.
That's right.
313 is the area code.
Red's
That's
not
why
hungry,
we
but
lose
he's
gold.
dyslexic. Do y'all have a dyslexic program?
There you go.
Red eats good, but
And
he's
if you're out
dyslexic.
there on the
People.
street and you're hungry and you see
I
Ziggy,
really don't like Keith right
please
now.
flag us down. We'd be happy to provide you with a
I
meal.
hope
Yes.
that's what the caller was calling in for. This is the last segment.
Yeah.
Before she called.
So let me repeat that one more time correctly. Area code 313-544-6661. Or on Facebook, FDDR. The page is FDDR, right? It's not the whole thing. FDDR on Facebook. You can message them. You could call them. And that's before we leave, I want to mention that. They went and bought a bus. They got acquired a bus. They call it Ziggy. And it's a small, like the short buses you pick people up in wheelchairs or whatever, the metro, the transportation buses, and they converted this into basically the giving mobile
That's it.
because it's structured. When they pull up, they go to a spot and they're able to hand out the food, the clothing, and everything. So any donation helps because they have to buy fuel as well as the things that they give out and keep the bus maintenance and running.
Rose is a nurse.
Yes.
And Matt is an ex-baker from
Yes.
Belgium. That's where my dog is from. I have a abbreviated squander.
You and the
My
dog.
dog is from
I
his
didn't know
hometown.
him over there.
You didn't know? Oh, okay.
No.
So look here, y'all. We about to get out of here for this quick break, and then we're gonna bring you our lunchtime song. Right quick before we get into that, let me tell you today's lunchtime song is actually another Jeanette Dubois song. A lot of folks didn't know she was a songwriter.
Sing your song.
And she recorded this back in the day, and it's called Highway Queen. So we're going to be playing that for you today as we give honor and tribute to this young lady who gave us so
we thank
much.
Matt and Rose for coming.
We definitely
Thank
want to
y'all.
thank you, Matt and
Thank
Rose.
you.
Anything you want to tell the folks before we cut out of here to this break?
Yeah, keep listening to Red. He's a great guy.
That is so thank you. I'm
Two
glad
more
I
things.
asked you.
Two more things. That phone number that you mentioned is also used for the live feed. So
Okay.
we don't answer calls when we are live.
Okay.
And then we have our website on the internet, fddr.org. And
Okay.
you find all the links there to the Facebook page, to the Yahoo YouTube videos and everything. Not Yahoo.
So that's fddr.org if you want to check them out on the internet as well. And you can get all the links to them on the website. Again, fddr.org. Matt and Rose, thank y'all for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Hey, we're going to hear from this
Thank
break
you for
right quick from
everything
Good
you do.
Helpers, and then we'll be listening to our lunchtime song, and then we'll be back. No, then after that, we got a moment in Black History, and then after that, I got a message for one of our city officials. We're going to have a talk, and then we're going to talk with Savannah and Miss Caribbean here.
We clear?
You guys clear? Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming.
So is that the phone?
Yes,
Yep,
this
there's
is
our
their stuff
card.
Is it
right here.
okay if I leave some on the desk?
Yeah, leave me one. I got clothes and blankets from commercial.
Yeah, I look forward to working with you guys for sure.
And I can bring them to you, Rose. Where's your office at?
We are in Trenton.
Affordable, professional, and most important.
life.
That's good.
Good
Is that
health.
what they do? Because I perform at Portofino.
Why not right next to it? Coming down your way, just get it going. I'll meet you for a video.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comic. I work there. Right there, Biddle and Eureka.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, man. Thank you much.
That's okay?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you so much.
I will definitely get in contact with you guys.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Come on,
You
man.
too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I definitely got clothes and blankets together.
Yeah, I love them. Like I said, I
they're
ran
right
across
there
them on
down in
Facebook.
our Downriver community.
Yeah, down
My church, there's so many people that need to know about this. They can help.
Right.
Just make a meal. You know what I mean?
Miss Caribbean, you good over there? You ready?
You're right. Once you just start doing it, just starts flowing, you're good.
Just don't, this ain't gonna bite you right here, so you ain't got to duck and weave in there. Hey, hello. she running past somebody. Yeah.
After your rant, will you go to her? Or you go to her since she's been here already?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
So you want to have her move over there so she can she can be seen. Okay. She's fine right here.
Okay, you guys good
And
like
then,
this?
can
Because we
you?
got her.
Nah, she's not on
It
the.
sounds like 70s black exploitation.
Slide over. You slide over a little bit. All right. You inch over, then you inch over. I'm trying to get on.
He's John Shaft. He's gonna get you, sucker. He's a bad dude.
Bad man.
He fights the bad guy, and he gets the girl.
I need to come over some more.
Yeah. Come on over. He ain't gonna bite you.
Yes, I am.
And if he do, we got him in shots the other day.
I bite baby.
There we go. Y'all want to try to get you in, Mama, do me a favor. Turn this one here. This way. Go this way for me. Go some more. Go some more. All right, right there. Yep. She should be in there.
Oh, they're singing about a woman. She's one bad mama. She's a cool chick. She gets the bad guys, and she's gonna get you, sucker. She raises her kids. She's a nurse during the day, and she's a go-getter at night. She's Betchu's mama. Sounds like a 70s.
Highway Queen. It was. She recorded it in the mid-70s.
Yeah, it sounds like a 70s action black exploitation. She got fired from her job. They stole her car. She's got high heel boots with bingo balls on them. She's a bad chick. She knows Pam Grier and Gloria Hendry. Nobody knows who Gloria Hendry is.
You know what a dingle ball is?
Yeah, it's something the girls used to wear back in the 70s.
Oh.
I'm like, that's not what
Right.
It's a different dingle ball than I'm aware of.
Right.
You girls get your minds out the good. Get your minds radio. Get your minds out the wrong people. Bring them back for that type of show.
Hey, y'all make sure Facebook Live. Feel free to call in 313-868-0331. We gonna have Miss Caribbean with the tax information, Miss Savannah Murphy with the real estate. So hey,
It's your bump. I gotta
beautiful. Yes.
What's that?
That's the bump that plays on.
when you on commercial.
Yeah.
And when y'all playing music.
It plays
okay.
on the Roku. Yeah.
We should do a segment on black exploitation movies.
We can.
Was that stuff corny back then or what?
All of it.
One man, one girl, one gun, one car,
One car.
one movie,
About to be
one
kicking
showing.
All right, I'm about to be kicking it back to you here. And you gonna I'm gonna introduce it and then play the first Black History. All right, you ready? All right, that's our lunchtime song. That's Miss Jeanette Dubois, Queen of the Highway.
Was that the name of it?
Yes, Queen of the Highway.
That was hot, man.
Yeah, it was. And if you don't know nothing about 70s music, you don't know how hot that was. But she was getting it in back then.
I picture myself driving a 74 Pontiac Grand Prix with a beautiful woman in the back and a big hat when I listen to that music.
I ain't gonna lie. When I heard the song, I thought I was
Why'd
thinking
you got a
about.
big hat on?
He likes big hats. Yeah, right. On the side of the freeway with a mini skirt and a purse. And back in the days when hitchhiking was almost safe. So yeah, but big shouts out to her. We played that for her today, so that hey, you never know what all talents somebody has. We got so used to seeing her on Good Times or whatever, but I wanted to give her a shout out. We gonna miss you. Definitely will be missed.
Definitely be missed.
Yeah, now every time I look at Good Times, the next thing on my mind.
Right.
She just passed, so I don't know who left. Michael, Thelma.
JJ, the father, still left. With Thelma and Michael.
Okay.
And Bookman. Bookman's still alive.
Bookman's still alive?
Would you believe he's still performing in Vegas?
Wow,
Good for
really?
him.
Over 60 years.
I can believe it.
Impressionist, comedian.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the episode where he used to do they did the talent show and he did all the different little voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on point. All right, excuse me. So what we're going to do right quick is, we said we would give 2 Black History figures every month. I didn't play it at the top of the hour. So what we're going to do is take this hot minute in Black History, and then we're going to come back and talk to Miss Caribbean about preparing these taxes, getting that money right, how to keep you from going to jail with these illegitimate kids you keep trying to claim. The government ain't going for it no more now. So we're going to take this moment in Black History, and we'll be right back.
Month, and this is your Black History Month episode.
Did you know the first,
entrepreneur and philanthropist,
speaking of Black History Month,
Bridget Biddy Mason. Born a slave in Mississippi, she developed skills in medicine and
was a black man.
And once her master moved his operation to the free state of California, Mason successfully sued for her family's freedom. As a free woman in Los Angeles, she delivered hundreds of babies as a midwife, became one of LA's first Black female landowners, as well as, you ready for this, one of the richest women in the town.
Who's she talking
Mason
about?
used her wealth to give back.
Miss Bridget Mason.
The first elementary school for Black children in LA. And the city's first Black church, First African Methodist Episcopal Church. She's one of LA's most beloved figures to this day. That's what you needed to know about Black history.
Hey, see, I'm telling you, we hear so much about the main ones, but it'd be other ones that did so many things.
Yeah.
That, I've learned so much in doing this segment alone this month, and I thought I was pretty good at keeping current and trying to, be knowledgeable.
It's always Martin and Rosa, but there's so many.
Yeah, groundbreakers and folks that was doing things before they came along to make that big push in history of equal rights and civil rights. It was a lot of firsts for the Black community. So remember, Black history ain't just Black history. It's everybody's history. Real talk. So keep that in mind. All right. We moving on along here today. We going to be talking. It's tax season. Nah.
Got a federal agent in the building. A government girl. A GI baby.
I don't know.
What is going on with you today?
I'm about to say, would you send him a text? You didn't say nothing about. Because I wouldn't have been here today.
You did all that on a business card.
You about to have me leave out the studio.
I'm thinking IRS when you said taxes.
Well, this is IRS, but she's but you used to be.
She defended us.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm
She's
saying?
in the witness protection program and she's here.
Why is everything turning into a conspiracy theory movie?
I'm gonna have to holler at my girl that referred her, because now she didn't tell me that you used to work for the people. The people don't like me at all.
I didn't mention that.
Huh? What records?
What record?
See, that's probably my first mistake right there. No records.
Okay, you gotta introduce her.
But
I don't know who she is.
Yeah, this is Miss Caribbean. She's tax preparer. You out on your own now. I take it. You used to work for IRS, the meanest people on the planet. I swear, IRS don't care. They have no feeling. You think child support code? Huh, let IRS roll up on you. They take your granny dentures dead out of mouth. We need that.
No.
We got
When you left the IRS, did they tax you? Did they get mad at you?
No.
They wanted to
They actually closed my department, so I was laid off, and I didn't go back because I had started doing taxes again. So it's interest.
I would be afraid to quit the IRS. It's a lot of power.
They ain't let her go nowhere.
Everyone
She
put
just
on
don't
your
know it yet.
tinfoil hat.
I put the school board in the radio station. They ain't gonna happen to the IRS.
So let me ask you, it's tax season. A lot of folks done already filed early, you know. We got that batch of folks, they waiting on this tax season like the lottery. So they done already filed. What can you tell us some of the biggest do's and don'ts with tax season, especially with some of these tax laws being restructured and the way you file in the last 2 years? If people don't remember,
Right.
Trump came up with a quick form, right?
Yes.
Have they started using the quick form?
Yes.
And what is the do's and don'ts not to end up in Trump University jail using his quick form of a tax paper?
Just stay legal. Don't do anything illegal. Don't claim any children that you cannot claim. And good record keeping for everything is really what's going to keep you out of trouble.
Okay. What is some of the biggest deductions that you see overlooked with folks that try to attempt to do their own taxes?
Well, the biggest one overlooked is really the Schedule A deductions, which is itemizing. A lot of people don't know the things that you can deduct just as being a general person. And you can either itemize or you can take the standard deduction. Now, Trump changed the standard deduction, so a lot of people don't benefit from itemizing anymore. The standard deduction is so high depending on your filing status. One of the biggest things with filing status is a lot of people think because they take care of the house, they can claim head of household. You need a qualified dependent to claim the head of household. The dependent has to be a relative. They have to live with you. They can't make over a certain amount of income. So it's a lot of things that play into factor. Anybody who used to file taxes in the 90s is totally different. Those things do not apply anymore.
So you telling me I cannot claim my cat Trouble, who by the way ran away through that tragic break-in, but we got him back. Won't he do it? I can't claim Trouble on my tax. He don't make no money and he's dependent. If it ain't for me, he don't.
Can you claim animals?
That's
a good
tricky.
question.
That's a tricky question because some people have animals for medical reasons.
Support animals.
Service, okay.
Service animals.
Which I do. I have a service dog at home. He wraps my weed up for me.
No, see, I knew it. I knew it wasn't.
He's a good dog. Whenever I want to puff, he goes and get it for me.
So-
I can't claim him.
Because because marijuana is not federally legal,
I gotta let him know that.
it wouldn't count as a medical dispense.
That's it. Keith Ruff did it.
Well, he
Gmail.com.
would count because marijuana is a medical drug, so he would count as a medical dependent.
Not on a federal level.
Well, he's not a federal dog.
We might not see Keith. We might not see Keith this time next year.
You're gonna take this up with the IRS.
He's a 313 dog. He's a Section 8 dog.
No, it's not gonna work, Keith.
Okay.
It's not gonna work.
So let me ask you this. Now, everybody knows there's different tax brackets. When it comes to owing and not owing, how often are you required to file? Because a lot of people don't know this. And I always wanted to make sure it was true. Is it still 3 years if I don't owe, or I know I'm not going to owe, I can file 3 at a time, or do you even suggest that?
Well, what it is that you have 3 years to file if you do not owe anything and still get your refund. But one of the penalties for not filing after those 3 years is you lose your refund. If you owe, then you want to file it and you want to have that taxes paid by April the 15th of the following year, or you're going to have interest and penalties. So,
Okay.
Do you ever keep track of how people spend their refund checks when they get big checks?
Here we go.
That would be interesting.
Here we go.
You know?
no, I don't keep track of their money, but I always recommend that don't go blow that money. Invest that money into yourself or into something, because it comes so quick and it leaves so quick.
Like a home, maybe? I don't know. I'm just
And
throwing
here we
something
go.
out
See
there.
there? I told y'all. Full circle,
pretty smooth,
baby.
That's good time.
She teed it up for me, so I just went with it.
And that's it. This is where it all comes.
Now you
Full
got to explain who
circle.
Savannah is.
Now, this is Savannah Murphy, our local real estate agent and expert.
Thank
and
you.
What is Mittens in Michigan again?
It is Mitten Living Specialist.
Mitten Living.
Yes.
Mitten Living. So the reason I have y'all both here today together is because that's a good one of getting a home.
Yeah.
As well as homeowners get certain tax deductions now, right? Was that also
Well, they will be
something?
on the Schedule A.
Okay.
Yeah, the property tax that you pay, you can get a credit, even on the state of Michigan, because here we have federal and we have state taxes, and some cities have a local tax. Detroit has a local tax. So you would get a homestead property tax credit on the state of Michigan tax return for the property taxes that you pay. When you take this information to your preparer, take the taxable value of the home with you. That is one of the things that they need. A lot of people don't know about this credit, but take the taxable value of the house, how much you paid in property taxes for that year, and you'll get a credit.
Now, what about first-time home purchasers? Do they get any tax breaks or exemptions in the taxes?
Not like we used.
Okay, that's
Not
been
like we
changed.
used to. That has been changed.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you didn't pay that first time home buyer's credit, then you better make sure you don't owe that money to pay that when they did that first time home buyer's credit.
Wow.
Quick question before we go to Savannah. Is there a state that doesn't require, I heard Arizona, that doesn't require taxes. Is that true?
There are some states that don't have state taxes.
We gonna need
Yeah,
to listen to
Florida is
them.
one, yeah.
Yeah, Florida and Nevada, they don't have them.
Yeah,
Texas.
Texas. Oh, wow.
That's why you have all the crazy people.
Right. All views and opinions.
You ever notice
Just kidding.
You ever notice it's the real hot states that they don't have to pay because they get pissed off. You know, it's hot and I gotta pay taxes.
right.
This is some stuff.
So, Savannah, it's tax season.
Yes.
They just went and seen Miss Caribbean.
Yes.
They done got that 2, 3, 4,000. Let me ask you, what's the highest return you've been able to acquire for somebody? Of course, with all the rules,
Right.
which is what you filed.
11,000.
What?
Yes. Look at, she knew. She had that number right there with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
She spit it right out.
Did they cry when you told them they were
really
getting?
excited.
Did you cry? Because I know you get a percentage of that. Did you
I
cry?
don't get a percentage.
Okay.
I can't charge by what you're getting back.
Okay.
So I charge by the forms that go into the tax return,
Okay.
depending on your forms. Yeah. So I didn't get a percentage, but it was a nice payday for me.
Okay. So, Savannah,
Yes.
11th hour, I know that's not probably the average homeowner first time whatever coming.
Right.
Tax season coming back.
Yes.
Somebody just got a nice return. How much would you say out of them taxes they need to bring you?
Well, I mean, if anybody wants to bring me money,
11,000.
you can bring all of your money.
Okay.
I will not say no to anyone's money. However, if you're looking to invest into a property, invest in yourself and put back, I would say don't spend any of it, because right away, we don't know what you qualify for. We don't know what your budget is, and you don't want to spend anything, and you don't want to go out and get any furniture on any credit that you might pay back, because it could hinder your being able to purchase a home, especially first-time home buyers that we're going to look at FHA and we're going to look at other conventional mortgages. It's not really a cash sale. So I would say don't spend anything. Go see Miss Caribbean. Go maybe get a lunch, but a reasonably priced lunch, and then call me and we can have a conversation and you'll be full and ready to talk.
They know each other.
Right. They just like they connected before the show. Now, Miss Savannah, you actually have a seminar on these exact things here, buying and
do.
purchasing a home and real estate.
I do.
Coming up here in the Metro. It's in Detroit, actually,
Yes, it's
right?
at the Bowen Detroit Library, and it's from 6:30 to 7:30, and it's on Thursday, February 27th, We also have a interpreter, a Spanish-speaking interpreter that's going to be there as well, because we want everyone in the community and outside the community. If you have questions, we're going to get you answers. I will stay as long as I possibly can and answer as many questions as I can, because the biggest thing is knowledge. And if you have knowledge, you have power to make decisions to help your life.
Now, let me ask you this. What would be the best piece of advice that you could give the purchaser right now in the current market?
Call Savannah Murphy, Admit Living Specialist, 734-748-5516. No, but really, the biggest thing that I can tell people right now is if you're buying a home, and depending on if you're working with an agent or not, or if you're looking in the next 6 months to a year, let's have a conversation. Let's start that process so that you're not just talking about it. Talk is cheap, right? Let's make it happen reality. Let's make a plan and get your dream a reality. And also, if they already are in the buying process, and it's low inventory everywhere in Detroit, at the outskirts, metro areas, we have low inventory in specific price points. So don't get frustrated. Inventory is going to come. And I mean, I believe this. You will it into reality. Other people may not believe it, but when it's right, it's right. So when the right house comes, you'll know it, and you'll be able to get it as long as you have good representation, like Savannah Murphy at 734-748-5516.
Now, how can you not call this young lady as aggressive as this shows how she's going to do to get you a house? Now, Miss Caribbean, they need to get them taxes done so they can get that fat down payment. Go fill out these applications with Miss Savannah Murphy at 734-something. How do they get in touch with you to get them taxes right?
You can find my business on Facebook, Ribby's Tax Preparation Service on Facebook. You can reach my office, 313-558-8451. You can reach my cell, 313-828-1081. I service my clients by appointments only. So just give me a call.
Personal. Why do I think next week this is going to be called the Savannah and Caribbean? Let's get them out of the studio,
Will it into reality, Keith? Will it into reality?
Now, Ribby, I need you to spell the correct spelling of Ribby for Facebook, because some folks don't know how to.
Okay. It's R-I-B as in Bravo, B as in Bravo, I-E as in Edward, S as in Sam.
Okay.
Tax Preparation Service.
Okay.
We got a sponsor shout out.
No, we don't actually. We got one more. No, not a call in. We got one more moment in Black History, but I got a minute for that. Or actually, yeah, I got 1 minute, which is lucky for you. First of all, let me thank Savannah and Miss Caribbean for coming in. I had another segment of this show I was going to do, and I was going to really dedicate a hardcore 15, 20 minutes to this. But I only got about a hot minute, so I can do this other outro. But Chief Craig, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it loud and clear, and I don't care if you get mad or not. You need to stop playing politician and start back playing the role of police chief. You are not stopping crime, and now you actually have an ideal to help facilitate a public nuisance and more crime. If you can't catch the drifters, what you need to do is crack down on them. Not come in my neighborhood, buy a property that's going to devalue my neighborhood and draw a nuisance and a problem. I addressed this on Facebook. Coincidentally, the next day, I got an abandoned vehicle ticket on my vehicle. I'm going to say it's a coincidence, but if it's not, hear me loud and hear me well. To any Detroit official, government, civil, I don't care. If I see you doing something wrong, or I feel like you're doing something that's going to hurt, hinder, or mess with my community, I'm going to speak on it. Just like I do when I think you do something good. If you can't handle it, oh well. We grown, grow up. I'm Detroit Red, and I'm never going to stop doing that. So I ain't saying he did it on purpose. It just was a mighty big coincidence that the very next day I got this orange sticker. All right. On that note, we about to get out of here. I got
got real tight.
In Black History, I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. Listen to the show again. Thank you, Miss Savannah.
Thank you,
Miss Caribbean. Y'all make sure to check them out. I will be sharing their information on my page, the Detroit Red Show page, and all the social media platforms. We gonna listen to this, and then we out of here. We'll catch y'all next week. Deuces.
We need a 2-hour show.
She was the first black fashion designer to open her own boutique, Chez Zelda, and quickly became one of the hottest designers in New York with superstar clients like Dorothy Dandridge and Bertha Kitt. Also a trailblazer for helping women embrace their purpose.
Ladies, thank you for being a guest. You again, as always.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you the
For the
flyer for the event.
Do me a favor. Are you friends with me on Facebook? If not, go to my Comedian Detroit Red page, and whatever flyer or business card you have, send me a copy of it so that I can
Make sure she has one.
You do taxes
Thank
on
you.
your own for individuals,
Thank you.
not just corporations.
Yeah, make sure you send it to me so that I can put it out on social media for you. Great show, everybody. Yeah, Chief Craig, real lucky, boy. Ooh, real lucky. I can't see nothing.